Hi, my name is Brianna Gates, and this is the history of the world from Delaware. And today we're going to talk about the early modern empires and the Mexican Codex Map. To start off, the early modern empires era was one that impacted many cultures and societies globally. These empires were also known as gunpowder empires because when they went to conquer, they brought cannons with them that would often destroy as well as scare off natives, and this is what they were well known for. Some of the bigger empires that existed at this time were the English, the Russian, the Spanish, the Ottoman in the Middle East, the Ming in China, and the Mughals in India. All of these empires had much in common with the way they ruled, especially the Russians, who liked to copy the English, but many of them had their own unique ways of doing things that made them each distinct in their own right. These empires controlled the world in their power and might. The specific object we are talking about today is called the Mexican Codex Map. This map came from a time when Spain was slowly taking over the Inca and Aztecs in Central America and Mexico. It is reflective of the integration of the Spanish into what had already been established there beforehand. The map itself was made by the Spanish, of course, and was a layout of the small city they had conquered from the Aztecs, previously called the Tlaxcala. These Tlaxcalans had disliked the Aztec government they were under and were glad to be taken over by the Spaniards. However, they hadn't expected to freely give up everything they owned, including their religion for Catholicism in the end. Now, what the map is made from is a piece of bark that has been flattened into hard paper and then printed on with different colors to represent different things. For instance, the river is painted blue, and the bell towers are painted pink and yellow. The map is fairly medium-sized at 2.5 feet wide and 1.5 feet tall. The Mexican Codex Map is a great example of how early modern empires worked. It shows us that while the empires conquered, they still took some of the previous people's ways and integrated it into their own. This can be seen with how the Spaniards' churches seen on the map would mix together with what the Aztecs believed, as well as their own Catholic beliefs to help the people better understand their religion. The map also shows how the empires had control over these new areas. With a map, it signifies that they were able to lay out everything they had, so it was more organized, which shows the control they then had over the place itself, with all the churches and allotted land. Finally, the Spanish Empire taking over Mexico still has a great impact on us today. It created this new mixed culture that brought the Mexican people things specific to them, such as Dia de los Muertos, and a new kind of people that formed from Aztec and Spanish parents. The Mexican Codex Map shows us how Spaniards drew out their land so they could keep track and keep control of their newfound property. Landowners still do this today in case of disputes, and without maps, we'd all be lost. Well, that's all I have, so thanks for listening.